In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to use the reschedule feature so that you can reschedule many lessons all at once. Let's say on Thursday, you missed a day of school for whatever reason. Maybe the kids were sick, maybe something came up. All you need to do is go to the reschedule button up in the top right. Go ahead and select all events on and after that Thursday. Now you can see that all of those events are being lit up. Now that they're selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue, and now I can choose my action. And now I have a list of options here, but since I missed Thursday, what I'm going to do is select move later, and I'm going to move later by 1 day. There's this option here to skip no school days, like weekends, holidays, and breaks. For example, if I don't select this option, what's going to happen is that each of these lessons are going to move forward 1 day no matter what, meaning everything on Friday is going to go to Saturday. But if I keep it selected, like how it is by default, all of these lessons are going to move and wrap around to the next Monday, and then imagining the next week, everything is going to move exactly how you would expect it. And then if it is going to move to a day that is a designated break, for example, since I'm selecting everything past Thursday, this is going to bleed into, for example, my spring break. It is also going to wrap around the spring break that I've put into my account and then go to the next week so that everything is ready for when I get to those lessons. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply. And there you go. Just like that, we've moved 153 events. I have my Thursday is now clear. Everything is moved forward to this day. So for example, I have my day 3 for my lesson plan, and now everything's pushed. So now my day 4 is on Friday. And if I go ahead, you can see that it is wrapped around the weekends, and now my day 1 of the next section for that curriculum is on Monday. And if I go forward to, this is my spring break, you can see that it is still empty, and everything has been pushed cleanly to the following week, exactly how I would expect it to be. Now there's other things you can do with the reschedule feature. For example, if I want to undo what I just did, I can go to view history, and I can restore what this change that I just made. And there you go, just like that, now my change has been undone. There's the lessons have been moved back to Thursday. Some other things you can do with the reschedule feature is, for example, I just got through this week. Right now it is Saturday, March 7th. And none of these lessons have been marked complete yet because maybe I went through the week and I was just forgetting. For example, if I go to my agenda, you'll see that all 45 of these lessons need my attention because none of them were marked complete. Instead of having to sit here and click this button over and over again, which you could do and it wouldn't take too long, you can just go to the reschedule, click on everything before Saturday. So this is going to select all events before Saturday. You can see they're all selected here. I can go ahead and continue, and then I can click mark complete. And now all of these events have been marked complete. And if I go to the next week, you can see these are still ready to go, haven't been marked complete yet because they weren't selected when I selected these lessons right here. Another thing you can do with the reschedule feature is separate out by student and by subject. So for example, if in our math curriculum here, we get exactly 1 day behind just in that math curriculum, I can select all events for Violet's math, and you can see now just these lessons have been highlighted. And if I were to go to the next week, you'll see that just these events are also highlighted. So now if I'm exactly 1 day behind, I can go and move these lessons later by 1 day, skipping no school days so that we respect the days that we're doing school. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And now you'll see that all of these lessons have been moved forward by 1 day. And it even pulled in the lesson from the previous week that we had already selected as completed. And finally, if one student in particular needs to make a change, you can do all events for a student. And for this example, we'll use Dash. Now you can see all of Dash's lessons have been highlighted, but all of Violet's lessons, where Violet is alone, are not highlighted. Now I can go ahead and continue, and let's say that Dash is actually ahead, so we're going to move all of his lessons earlier by 1 day. And since that also included the lessons in our lesson plan, that's pulled everything back a day once again. And if we had other lesson plans in this schedule, you'd also see that they would all been pushed forward by 1 day. So that's how you use the reschedule feature.